What's up, guys? How are you doing today? Hope you guys are great. So, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to this video. In this video, I'll be talking about something very interesting, and I'll be talking about the use of tenses. The use of tenses in English. So this is really very important, and all learners would like to understand how to use tenses in English. So I'll be explaining to you how to use the present simple or the simple present tense in English. When should you use the simple present tense in English? First of all, I want you to understand that we have three uses of the simple present tense in English. The first use is the present use, the second is the future use, and the last is the conditional use. So you can use the present simple for those three uses. Let me explain to you first of all the present use. For the present use, we use the simple present tense when talking about something that is generally or always true. When something is always true or generally true, you use the simple present tense. For example, you can say, people need food. People need food. You see, this is something that is general. You can say, it snows in winter. It snows in winter. Or you can say, 2 and 2 make 4. 2 and 2 make 4. So there you use the simple present tense expressing something that is generally or always true. You can also say, the earth turns around the sun. The earth turns around the sun. So, that's the first use of the simple present tense for something that is generally or always true. Second, we similarly use the simple present tense, okay, when talking about a situation that you think is more or less permanent. When a situation is less or more permanent, there also you need to use the simple present tense. For example, you can say, where do you live? Where do you live? It means this is something that can be less or more permanent. You know, where you are right now, it doesn't mean that you'll stay there for a long period. Maybe you can change the location tomorrow or after 1 year. So reason why we say this situation can be more or less permanent. For example, you can also say, she works in a bank. You can say, my wife works in a bank. So, she works in the bank doesn't mean that she will stay there for all her life. It can be for a long or a short period. So the last example, you can say, I don't like mushrooms. I don't like mushrooms. It doesn't mean that I will stay like that for all my life. Maybe I can change my opinion, I can change my mind and start liking mushrooms, right? So let us keep on going. And here I want you to understand again that the following use of the simple present tense is we use this for habits. When you are talking about habits or things that we do regularly. When you do something regularly on the regular basis or it's your habits, then you can also use the simple present tense. But I want you to understand something. We often use adverbs of frequency here. You need to use adverbs of frequency like often, always, sometimes. Those are adverbs of frequency. But also you can use expressions like every Sunday. You can say every day. You can say twice a day, twice a month, okay? And then using those expressions, you can express yourself using the simple present tense, right? And here you are expressing a habit or something you do regularly. For example, you can say, do you smoke? Do you smoke? Do you see? Or you can say, I play tennis every Tuesday. I play tennis every Tuesday. Or you can also say, I don't travel very often. I don't travel very often. So this is the way you express habits or something you do regularly using the simple present tense. The last use of the present use of the simple present tense is that we use the simple present tense when expressing a short action. A short action is something when you're talking, the action has already finished, but you have already finished talking about it, but the action has finished already. So we used to use this in sports commentary. For example, you can say, he takes the ball, he runs down the wing, and he scores. He takes the ball, he runs down the wing, and he scores. That's the way we use to comment the sport, right? And for short actions like this, we use also the simple present tense. So, dear guys, in the next video, I'll be explaining to you how to use the future use. Or let me explain this here right now, okay? The future use of the simple present tense. Normally, we use the present simple to talk about the future when discussing a timetable or a fixed plan, right? When something is already planned, you can express yourself this way. Usually, the timetable is fixed by an organization. I want you to put that in your mind. By an organization, not by us, right? So, for example, you can say, school begins at 9 tomorrow. School begins at 9 tomorrow. Expressing this way, you are talking about something that's gonna happen in the future, but it's already set. It's really fixed. It's planned, right? Nothing can change this. You can say, what time does the film start? It means the film start at a given time in the future, and it's really planned by the cinema, and you have just to express yourself that way. The last example here is the plane doesn't arrive at 7, it arrives at 7:30. What does this mean? It means you're expressing the future, but you don't say it will arrive. You just say it arrives at 7:30 because it's a timetable scheduled by an organization like area in our Democratic Republic of the Congo. It's area that just schedule those kind of stuff. And when it's scheduled, we don't have to use the future, but we use the simple present to talk about the future that way. The last use of the future using the simple present tense is that we also use the present simple to talk about the future afterwards, like when, until, after, before, and as soon as. So these are sometimes called subordinate clause of time. And using this, and you are expressing the future in a good way. I'll give you examples and we're gonna finish here today. The first example is I'll call you when I have time. Don't say I will call you when I will have time. No, just say I'll call you when I have time. The following example is I won't go out until it stops raining. I won't go out until it stops raining. Don't say, I won't go out until it will stop raining. It's a mistake, but you say, I won't go out until it stops raining, using the simple present tense. You can also say, I'm going to make dinner after I watch the news. I'm going to make dinner after I watch the news. Don't say after I will watch. No. After I watch the news, right? So, dear guys, that's the way we use the future, but we are using here the simple present tense expressing the future. So if you've got some questions, feel free to comment, to ask your questions, or you can WhatsApp me, you can call me on the phone. You've got all my contacts there. And dear guys, I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, but also don't forget to share this video with your friends on social media and everywhere so that they won't miss other interesting video next time. So thank you so much for today. Bye-bye for now.